Hi there, David Lee here again, and yesterday I was talking about how my first introduction to Bond was through the Aston Martin DB5 from Corgi, which I bought aged 8 or something like that. And today I just wanted to talk about my first experience of James Bond on the big screen. And we're going to go back to 1974, and back then the films weren't being shown on television, so I hadn't seen any of the Bond films even on the small screen. The Man with the Golden Gun had come out, I think it was in 73, but it used to take forever sometimes for films to get to all the local cinemas. You know, it used to take months. And August 1974, I was 9 years old. My brother and sister were away for the summer, and it just left me. And so I was already a huge Bond fan because of the Aston Martin and because I'd read Casino Royale, and my dad was a Bond fan from the Connery films as well, so he took me along to the local cinema, the local Odeon, to see The Man with the Golden Gun one Saturday afternoon in August, and I absolutely loved it. I mean, leading up to that film, because I was such a Bond fan, there'd been an article, I think it was in the Sunday Times, about the actual gun. I don't remember whether it was prior to the premiere or after it had gone on general release, or even longer before that, when the film was still in production. But I remember we were actually away somewhere. I don't remember where, but my dad said, "Oh, yeah, look at this, James Bond in the paper." But anyway, that's a bit of a tangent to this main story. So, Man with the Golden Gun, absolutely loved it. I still do like it because it's my first Bond film, my first experience of Bond on the big screen, and a lot of people don't like it for various reasons, but you know, it's got John Barry's score. It has got a great Bond villain. It's got fairly good henchman in Nick Nack, and even though it's not the strongest Bond film, it does have some moments, and so I think it does hold up. That's what I tell myself anyway. Really, I don't care if you don't like the Bond films that I like, and you shouldn't care if I don't like the Bond films that you like. So it's all a personal thing. I do remember though, my dad said, "Oh yeah, Ian Fleming never wrote a book, The Man with the Golden Gun." And my next door neighbours, they had a couple of sons who were about the same age as me, and they were big Bond fans as well. And they said, no, your dad's wrong, because we've got the book, The Man with the Golden Gun. And so I borrowed that. It wasn't this particular copy, but it was a paperback. I think it had an illustration or a photo of a golden colt on the cover, but it's a long time ago, so I can't quite remember. And so I took that to my dad, and he said, "Oh yeah, but it's nothing like the film." And he was right in that, but I still read it, and although I remember I was talking with a friend at school saying, there was a bit I couldn't understand, which is when Scaramanga ties up Mary Goodnight and puts her on the railway track to be run over. And I didn't quite get the fact that he put a fiberglass Mary Goodnight on the track. That's from the book, not the film, by the way, if you're wondering what I'm talking about. Okay, still got a bit of a cold. My voice is going a bit croaky. There is a microphone on its way, so the audio for these should improve, although the postage around here is pretty dire, so I don't know when that's going to arrive. Okay. Head over to thejamesbonddossier.com if you want more on the world of James Bond news and plenty of articles. If you want to listen to the podcast, add a /listen. If you want to watch the YouTube videos, it's /watch. And if you're interested in my book about James Bond's drinks, it is www.jamesbonddrinks.com. Okay, that's all for today. See you tomorrow.